12 stop everything. Lumen Field just erupted with breaking news and the first bomb just hit the injury report. A $36 million star is officially out. The trade deadline phones are ringing off the hook, and a superstar receiver is now a last-second game time decision. We have the timeline, the names, and the immediate NFC West impact. Here's the first payoff. Straight from Mike McDonald, Cooper Kupp is officially listed as questionable for Sunday Night Football. If you believe this team is 5-2 for a reason and can shake the 49ers, smash that like button right now. We start with the injury crisis in the wide receiver room because Kupp isn't the only one hurt. Stay locked. This is massive. This one hurts. 12 elves. The Seahawks are coming off the bye week supposedly healthy, and instead they are walking into a primetime game against the Commanders completely depleted at the wide receiver position. The report dropped Friday, and it hit the fan base like a cold blast of Seattle rain. The final report is brutal. Jake Bobo is out with an Achilles injury. Derek Young is out with a hip injury to key depth pieces gone. But that's not the name that made Lumen Field go silent. The big question is Cooper Kupp. He was a full participant in Wednesday's practice, looked fine, and then everything changed. He was limited on Thursday and did not practice at all on Friday. Mike McDonald confirmed it's a double whammy, heel and hamstring injuries. He is officially questionable for Sunday night. Now, McDonald tried to stay optimistic, saying, "We'll see with Coop, and hopefully those guys will be back soon," but the reality is frightening. You don't sit out on Friday and magically feel 100% on Sunday. This is a massive blow, especially in a game Seattle must win to keep pace with the Rams. Remember, the Seahawks and Rams are tied at 5-2, with the 49ers breathing down their necks at 5-3. This is the tightest division in football, and Seattle's end-of-season schedule, Colts, Rams, Panthers for nurses, is a gauntlet. Dropping this game to the Commanders is not an option. This also puts unbelievable pressure on Jackson Smith-Jigba, who now goes from being the rising WR2 to the undisputed WR1, likely drawing the opponent's top corner and double teams all night. But here is the silver lining, the mini reward. With Bobo and Young out and Kupp potentially limited or out, the door has swung wide open for one man, Torrey Horton. The rookie out of Colorado State was buried on the depth chart, but McDonald was glowing about him on Friday. He said, "Horton has a great attitude, a sense of urgency, and an attention to detail." The coach finished with a critical line, "There's more opportunities for him." You know, I think that's clear. Horton was a monster in college with over 3,000 yards. He's not just a camp body. He hasn't caught a pass since week 5, but he has 9 receptions for 113 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. He finds the end zone. JSN is the superstar, but Horton might just be the key to unlocking this offensive. Kupp is out. Do you trust Torrey Horton to step up in a prime-time game? Let me know in the comments if this rookie is ready for the spotlight. If you believe in the next man-up mentality that defines this team, hit the like. But the chaos in the receiver room is just the first timer. The second story involves the trade deadline, and the names being discussed will shock you. To franchise cornerstones are on the block, and phones are ringing right now. The trade deadline is Tuesday, and right now John Schneider's phone is melting. This isn't just some low-level rumor. This is a full-on league assault on the Seahawks roster death. This report comes straight from the top, from ESPN's Adam Schefter, who dropped a bombshell on Saturday night. Teams are not just calling the Seahawks, they are aggressively inquiring about 2 specific high-profile defensive starters. Schneider is not shopping them. He has not wanted to trade either player. But rival G-Miz are testing his resolve, and the names are staggering. The first-name teams are trying to poach. Boymate the second, Tariq Woolen. That's right, a standout edge rusher and a former Pro Bowl quarterback. Why now? Because rival G-Miz aren't stupid. They can read a contract spreadsheet. They know the Seahawks have massive paydays coming due. Jackson Smith and Jigba is extension eligible after this season. Charles Cross and Devon Witherspoon to first-round picks are lining up for their fifth-year options and massive second contracts. And that's not even mentioning Kenneth Walker 3. You simply cannot pay everyone. So rivals are trying to buy low. Mate, a 2020 to second-round pick has 15 sacks over the last 2 seasons and has elite burst. Contending teams are desperate for that. Woolen, also from that 2020 to class, is a physical freak. He's 6'4", runs a sub for .3, and had 6 interceptions as a rookie. Yes, he's been inconsistent lately, which is code for a spike in penalties and missed tackles, but you cannot teach that size-speed combination. Teams are smelling opportunity. Betting a change of scenery could unlock that Pro Bowl form again. The report from Share is clear. Seattle is holding. They are 5-2 and in a playoff hunt. They are not rebuilding. The only way Schneider even listens is if a team offers a ridiculous premium. We're talking a high data pick plus a controllable player. But the calls are coming, and as the Tuesday deadline gets closer, those offers get more desperate. This is a game of chicken. Do you think Seattle should trade either May for Woolen for a haul, or should they keep the court together for this Super Bowl run? It's a tough call. Drop your vote in the comments, keep or trade. But the decision on Woolen may have just been made for them because of the devastating news that just hit the other side of the secondary. This next story is a gut punch, and it changes the math on the entire season. The name is Julian Love, and the news is the worst-case scenario. The Seahawks have officially announced that their $36 million Pro Bowl safety is going to the injured reserve. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a significant setback that has sent shockwaves through the locker room. Love, who has already missed 4 of the team's 7 games with a hamstring injury, was expected to return this week. Instead, Mike McDonald confirmed he suffered a setback in his recovery. He is now out for at least the next 4 games. The earliest he can return is Week 13 against the Minnesota Vikings. This is a devastating blow to the defense. Yes, the defense has played well, allowing just 19 points for points per game, which is 7th best in the NFL. And yes, the run defense is the best in the entire league, giving up just 75.7 yards per game. But the secondary has been the weak spot. Without Love, the Seahawks are giving up to 130.1 yards per game through the air. That ranks 22nd overall. That is not a championship-caliber number. The good news, Devon Witherspoon is finally returning this week after missing 5 games with his only knee injury. But think about this, the Seahawks have not had Love. Witherspoon and rookie safety Nick Emanori on the field together since the opening defensive series of Week 1. That is insane. The dream of a 3-headed monster in the secondary lasted 5 plays. This defense has been winning on raw talent and scheme, but it hasn't been whole. Now it's Tayata's time to start. Okata has been solid, but he is not Julian Love. This injury also has a massive ripple effect. It means linebackers like Bobby Wagner now have less experienced safety help over the top, which could expose the middle of the field. And this absolutely changes the trade deadline equation we just talked about. How can John Schneider possibly trade Tariq Woolen now, even with Woolen's inconsistent play? Trading him after your Pro Bowl safety goes to IR would be organizational malpractice. This injury likely locks Woolen in Seattle for better or worse because the team simply cannot afford to lose another body in the secondary. This is the definition of a brutal seasonal-altering injury. The Hawks also made other moves, placing T. Eric Sabert on I-rating FB Robbie Ousts and elevating to receivers to survive the cup injury. But the $36 million question remains. Can this defense survive a month without its leader? This single piece of news defines the next 4 games of the season. 3 stories, 1 identity, resilience. The 12s are being tested. The offense is hobbled. The front office is under siege. And the defense just lost its $36 million leader. This is the moment where weaker teams find excuses. But this is Seattle. This team is 5-2, despite having its starting secondary play together for exactly 5 snaps all season. This team is 5-2 while integrating a new scheme that is already the #1 run defense in football. The 49ers and the Rams think this is the week Seattle finally breaks. They see the injury report in smell blood. What they don't see is the opportunity. The opportunity for Torrey Horton to become a household name. The opportunity for Tyoa to solidify his spot. The opportunity for this defense to rally around the return of Dion Witherspoon. This stretch of the season, Commanders, Cardinals, Rams, will define the NFC West. Seattle doesn't need to be perfect, they just need to be tougher than everyone else. So here is what I need from the 12s right now. 1. If you believe this team thrives in chaos and will win on Sunday night, smash that LE button until it turns Seahawk blue. TWWO, drop a comment with your single biggest concern. Is it the cup injury, the Love Iron news, or the long-term trade rumors? 3. Subscribe to this channel. We are tracking every single for NERs and Rams move. And every 12 that subscribes sends a message that the NFC West runs through Seattle. But listen closely. Don't click away. Here is the double cliffhanger.